So it turns out that one of the best ways to save time and stay organized with all of the things that you've got in Canvas is one of the easiest. And we're going to do that with a Sandbox course today. Now, a Sandbox course is just a course just for you. You might have another colleague in there, but this is where you get to dump a bunch of information that you can go back to and easily get into your other courses. Now, I'm starting here on my Free for Teachers account. We're going to start by creating a Sandbox, but you may or may not be able to. If you happen to have this Start a New Course in your dashboard, you can click Start a New Course. I am going to choose a manually created course, and I'm just going to call this my Sandbox. Now, if you don't have that option, I don't have that option in my institution's Canvas instance. So what I have to do is just to ask my Canvas administrator very nicely if he can create a Sandbox course for me. Now, as I'm creating mine here, I'm going to choose an image, upload image, and I've got one in my downloads. I'm going to use this one here, open, and then let's update those course details. But I really want to focus on what to put into the Sandbox so that you can get the most out of it. Let me switch over to my Sandbox course that is already populated. So here it is, and be sure and stick around until the end because I've got a really great bonus freebie for you. This is where I keep things that I know that I'm going to use for future classes. So I've got my Getting Started module with my Introduce Yourself, Meet Your Instructor, and what you'll need for class. I can just take this module, click on the three dots, and do Copy To, and choose one of my other courses to drop this into. I can do that with the entire module, or I can do that with an individual item. So again, I can go Copy To, and then drop this right into one of my courses. Let me close this. Now, I also in here have a weekly module template. This is a great place to keep templates. My template is pretty simple. I've got homework help, and then I have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday course. So I've got headings in there for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is also a great place to keep tools like maybe some HTML code that you're using, or some color palettes that you're using, or other things that you want to be able to go back to because you're not going to remember. Let me show you how to get things into your Sandbox, things that you're not creating from scratch. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and I am going to choose one of my courses here. I'm going to choose this one, and I want to choose one of the discussion boards that I really like the template for. So here is a discussion board template. I am going to copy this one too. So clicking on those three dots and then Copy To. I'm going to get it right into my Sandbox. So here's Angie's Sandbox course, and I want to put it into my template. So I'm going to put it here, and then at the top is fine, and then I'll hit copy. It's going to take just a minute for it to populate there. You can do this with anything from any of your courses. I can also share things in my Sandbox course with my colleagues. So maybe they also like this discussion board template. I'm going to click on the three dots, and then I'm going to choose Send To, and then I would type their email address in here. And I'm just going to send it to myself. So there I am, and then let's hit send. When you've sent something, this little number is going to show up next to their account icon. So now I can click on that and then go down to shared content. You can see that there's one thing there, and I've got that received content. Clicking on these three dots allows me to import it into my course. But your Sandbox course is so much more than just a place to hold some of your favorite content. This is also a good place to play with things like the Lucid Whiteboard. You can even take assignments here as a student. So I'm going to go View as Student, and I'm going to do this 1A homework, Start Assignment. I'm just going to upload whatever and then Submit Assignment, so you can get a really good feel for what this looks like on your student's end. And when you're done with that, let me leave Student View. You can now, as the teacher, go back into SpeedGrader and grade that student's assignment. So a great way to do some exploring. Now, I happen to be doing all of this in my Free for Teachers account instead of in my institution's account. It's a great place to have a Sandbox, and you can still share your information with your institution's account. To do that, you are going to scroll all the way down and go down here to settings. And then over here in the right-hand column, you'll see export course content. And you can export the entire course. You can create your export here. Once it's created, it shows up there as a new export. I'm going to click to download this file to my computer. Now I'm here in my school's Canvas. I'm going to open up the class that I want to import this information to. I'm going to expand my view so that I can see over there on the right-hand side, I have import existing content. All I've got to do now is to ask it for a Canvas course export package. I'm going to choose that file. And I'm not going to do all content. I'm going to do select specific content, add to my import queue. Once it's done reading that file, I can click on select content and then select exactly the content that I want to bring into my course. Now, if you're still watching, you're probably waiting for that freebie, and the freebie is the image that I created for the Sandbox course. There's a link down below. Go ahead and click that link and you can download that image for free. I'd love to know how you use your Sandbox course. I will see you in the next video.